I like music that might make you a little bit uncomfortable. I think music creatively should like pull something out of you. Either it's comfort or discomfort. I like, a bit of both. So I like original. I like it when a band comes in, they sound like nothing, or a musician comes in. I've not too many things that I can compare it to, and when their sound is rather original, and that's really
How often does that come through the door?
quite a bit. I think.
Yeah?
I think Montreal music scene has an eclectic thing going out, and I think most of the friends and scenes I surround myself with, there's some very talented people in this city.
Talk to me about the art and culture scene here in Montreal, because like as a not Canadian, as we've been joking about
Sure.
from Windsor, you hear about Montreal. I think coming up in Windsor, when you think about Montreal, you think about a language barrier, number
Yes.
one. You think about, at least I do, I think about Montreal kind of being the hub of like, almost like the seat of, and this is kind of weird, but like the seat of the conflict between like the Francophones and the Anglophones in Canada.
Well, it was a hotbed for a period of time.
Right. And outside of that, being like this outsider kid that never really explored Canada, coming to Montreal is kind of, it's like, oh, I'm going to a foreign land, right? So, but talk to me about what it's like for real once you're here.
Well, it's not scary. I mean, as an Anglophone in Quebec, in Montreal, it can have some challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Try dealing with the government for having a young business in Montreal.
Oh, right.
Like there's some language barriers. However, if you embrace it, it is a bilingual city.
Yeah,
absolutely. And with that, I think it makes the city very special. But when Montreal was developing, like turn of the century, like Montreal was kind of the princess of Canada.
right.
It was, the architecture here is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful in the old port. It's jaw dropping. But the by having so many, the language, the different influence of Quebec, it makes this a very unique place in Canada. Absolutely. Maybe by default, because it's affordable.
Yeah?
It's an affordable city, and creative
surprises me.
people flock here from all over Canada and North America.
I didn't realize Montreal is considered like an affordable city. I sort of expected that it would be one of the more expensive cities in the country.
I mean, comparatively to Vancouver and Toronto as a metropolis, Montreal is very. It's for a creative to live, mm-hmm. and be able to work and put food on their table, and to do things like this, or have a working, functioning band, or living off of music. It's absolutely possible. The problem is, over the 10 years I've been here, 11 years, Montreal is a little bit of a stepping stone. Okay. It helps people live off their music or art for a period of time, but a lot of my friends have left. They've gone other places. Maybe they've gone, back to New York, back to Toronto, or back to the UK. And I support that for sure. And because
what
of
do you
that,
mean it's a stepping stone? Like where are you stepping from, and then where are you stepping to if you're coming to Montreal? Like Montreal does, Montreal seems like a destination to me.
It is a destination. Maybe just the people I've surrounded myself with. It's there's always other things on the horizon. There's other opportunities too.
Right.
I've clearly established myself here and
right.
and decided to stay for good reason. But I think there's a lot of it is a bit of revolving doors, and I think it's fantastic for that reason, because creative ideas come through here, creative minds. It's really special for that.
Is there a lot of music in the city?
Oh, there's a ton.
Yeah?
Yeah. I sent you a link to one show that was happening. It was a little bit later last night, but there was a fantastic festival happening in the southwest of the island, and it was outdoor and live music in the daylight hours. It's fantastic. There's Distillation Psych Fest is happening early May. A lot of smaller festivals are gaining ground. They're going on the 4th, 5th year. And it's great.
Don't forget, you can subscribe to our full audio episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you find your audio podcasts. The full episodes, highlights, and our live off-the-floor performance videos can be found at our YouTube channel, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the AVB Podcast. Of course, you'll find links to our incredible sponsors and this week's guest in the description below. The AVB Podcast is part of the Border City Network. Find more great content at bordercitynetwork.com. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.